Hi everybody, merry meet, blessings, how are you doing? My name's Hatton. It's been a while since I've done a video, but I'm going to do another one. It's going to be Four Thieves Vinegar Revisited. Since doing my first video, I've done it once or twice again. Really good results. So, for those of you who've watched the first video, I'm not going to talk about what Four Thieves Vinegar is. I'll give you a quick lowdown. Ancient recipe from France during times of the Black Plague. Four thieves were grave robbing, and they were caught, and the magistrate wanted to know how they did it, and they said, we make this vinegar and we ingest it and we put it all over our bodies, and then we go rob, and the fleas, the disease doesn't get to us. And they gave the magistrate the recipe in hopes that, in promises, that they wouldn't be executed, but the magistrate killed them anyway. This is my own kind of personal recipe. It takes from the ancient sources, but it's not word for word. There is no one source that is the original. Nobody knows what the original is, although there are many claim to have it. But what we're doing today is we're going to make an apple cider vinegar, a herbal infusion apple cider vinegar. We're going to be using Bragg's apple cider vinegar. We're going to be using garlic and a whole bunch of other herbs. So I like to start and we're going to be making two different batches. One's going to be slightly different to the other, and we're just going to see how they go. So one of the most common ingredients in Four Thieves vinegar is always garlic. I've just got two really big cloves and cut them into fours and then squashed them a little bit just to bruise them and let some of the juices out. So we're just going to add 1 clove to each of our little jars here. Now, garlic has all sorts of properties that I can't remember, but it's really good for you for when you're sick. And I don't want to say anything that might be wrong, so we're going to leave it at that. So next, you guys know that the last time I did Four Thieves Vinegar and recorded it, I put rose hip in because I wanted to have the energy of roses there. Well, that was a steaming pile of crap by the end of it. So I'm just going to have 1 rose petal in each of them, just so we can have a bit of love and healing in the base of this. We're also going to have a nice cinnamon stick in each of them. Then we're going to have, we're going to have some rosemary. And it's going to be, I'm not too sure how much it's going to be to start with. I thought this was already open, my apologies. So we're going to go at 1 teaspoon. Now some people say when you're making anything vaguely magical, you should never use metal. I'm not too worried about it at this point in time. I'm going to go 1.5 teaspoons of rosemary. Cloves is next, whole cloves. And we're going to go at least 1 teaspoon again. Then we're going to have some oregano. Oregano, if you know anything about essential oils, it's a very hot oil, not a very powerful oil. Not a lot can survive in the presence of oregano. So we're just going to do 1 teaspoon of oregano, no more. We're going to do some black pepper. I'm just going to put the lid on and grind it in to the lid. And that'll be enough for me. I might put a bit more in. Black pepper. And then we're just going to add a teensy bit more. Alright, so those are all the ingredients that are going to be the same in both of them. The difference is that one of them is going to have lavender in them, and one of them is going to have chilies. Now, anyone who knows anything about herbs knows that chilies are really good for you. In traditional Chinese medicine, they're very good for clearing you out. So I just have 8 like finger-sized pieces of lavender, finger-sized sprigs of lavender. This is lavender that I've grown myself, and that is just going to be put in there. And then the chili, I'm going to put in 2 chilies, just whole chilies. I'm not going to break them up or anything. Just going to put 2 chilies in, and then that's it. I'm just going to squash some of this down. Next, give your apple cider vinegar a good shake. Do it in a figure 8 if you like, to make sure all the mother is mixed around. This is a fresh bottle, hasn't been opened yet. We're just going to open it up. Oh, even has a seal. I didn't know about that. Uncrack the seal and just tip it in. Now I'm filling it just to the lip of the jar, just for right now. And these were recently cleaned. Some good vinegar. Then we're also going to add a splash of red wine. A splash of red wine. That just gives it a bit of a blood red color and adds to the vinegary side of it. Some people don't think it's necessary, other people think it's symbolic of blood. I haven't put red wine in my vinegar before, so we're just going to add a very little bit to both of them. Maybe just a tad bit more in this one. Good. Then we're just going to get our spoon and we're just going to mash everything down in there to make sure that all the air bubbles are out. Because these are only small jars, it's only going to be like a very small batch, and chances are, once both of these are finished, I'm going to combine them into the same big container. Alright, so those are all mixed in. We're just going to put a little bit more in, a little bit more apple cider vinegar in. And that's probably enough. That's all I'm going to put in. I'm not going to put in anything else this time round. Just want to see how these two go. Now, I've written up 2 little cards, which they're both going to be backwards for you. But on it, it has just the name of what it is, Four Thieves Vinegar. It has which batch it is, number 1 and number 2. It has all of the ingredients down the side. Then it has health and protection on both of them. Health and protection. And then it has the equal armed cross, which is a symbol of the earth. and it's just going to be there to help keep the herbs charged and connected, and it's also a symbol of equality and unification of different elements, different aspects. It's representative of the four directions of the union of male and female, a whole bunch of different things. It's just going to be there to make sure that the herbs stay earthy and that they connect and integrate with each other correctly. So we're just going to add the lids back on. And today is the 13th of August. It's 4 days before the full moon. So these are going to sit for about 6 weeks. So they're going to be here before the full moon, and then they're going to have a full moon cycle, so to the next full moon, plus a week after that, which will leave them very, very charged. Just give them a nice shake. See, like, if you can see if you were paying attention before, the red wine didn't do much to the color, but those herbs are just going to sit there and meld and muddle for ages. I'm going to be giving it a shake every day. It's just going to sit on the kitchen windowsill here. It's going to have these pieces of paper taped to them so that they can imbue with the properties of health and protection. And I might even write love on the back, love and healing on the back, because the best kind of protection, the best kind of immunity, which is what we're making this for, immunity in general health, is love and protection. And the earth symbol is going to keep it fresh, restored, and lovely. So that's all good. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw that earth symbol over them, and then just say a very quick prayer, chant, whatever you want to call it. So I make the cross first, and then I do a clockwise circle. So we're just going to go, may the earth restore you with all her might and main. May the earth restore you with all her might and main. May the earth restore you with all her might and main. And may the earth keep you with all her might and main. So that's it from me. Hopefully I get another video up soon, and I might be able to do the unbottling of this. So, ta-ta for now. Blessed be. Espavo. Bye.